Hi, this is Mary Marinville, and welcome back to my Ventura County Farmer of the Month. And I'm here in beautiful Bardsdale, right outside of Fillmore. And I'm here at Bartel's Ranch with Margie Bartels. And how did your family get involved in farming, and how long have you been farming?
Well, my family came on my dad's side from Germany to this area in the early 1900s, along with many other German families, and they settled here and started farming. And they originally farmed lima beans, and then they did walnuts and apricots in the early days. But in the last probably 50 years or so, the main crops have been Valencia and navel oranges. That's all you could see for several years here. And the climate and the soil are very well suited for this kind of crop. So they all did well with that, and until about the year 2000, and then Valencia oranges started to decline in popularity among the public, and they preferred the easy to peel kind of fruits, mandarins with seedless. That's what kids like. So Valencia oranges declined in popularity and profitability, and so many of the growers have bulldozed their Valencia orange orchards and replaced those with avocados, lemons, or leased for row crops. So, but this was my heritage in farming here, Valencia oranges. That was what was always successful for my family. My grandfather farmed and my dad farmed all his life. So my sister and I wanted to continue farming our Valencia oranges as long as we could.
I
So
think it's really wonderful that you were so dedicated to the crop that your grandfather and father started. That's really admirable.
well, we wanted to continue on with that if we could, and we figured the more people remove their orchards, Valencia orchards, the that meant less competition for the rest of us. So we were hoping that eventually there would still be enough demand left that we could be successful with it. So, but I started farming here. I grew up on the farm. My sister and I did, but actually I went to college and got a bachelor's degree in business and accounting, and worked as an accountant for several years in Santa Barbara area. But I knew I always wanted to be part of the farm someday. So in about 1990, I went back to school to Cal Poly in San Luis Obispo and got a 2-year technical degree in fruit science. And then I did some work in the Central Valley, some seasonal work with um, trapping and pest management and that kind of thing, and got some experience there. And I ended up at the farm advisor's office in Bakersfield, and I worked there several years helping the advisors with their research projects. And that gave me a really good variety of experience outside of my own farm that helped me. So um, our folks died in 2000. They had heart attacks 6 months apart. So my sister and I were dealing with that, and that was about the time that Valencia started to go south. Things kind of deteriorated for the crop. So we had a lot of things to deal with, but we wanted to keep farming, and we've made it so far. So
And you're still here.
still
And
here.
you are the official ranch manager. And it's so nice for me to see a woman farming and ranching. I think that that's also wonderful. So I have to hand it to you. It's not a every day that I go to a farm and the ranch manager's a woman.
Yeah.
How many acres do you farm?
I have 35, and we also do farming for not just my sister, but some family and friends out here, neighbors too. So we farm about another 35 acres in addition to that. And when I say we, I mean me and we have a longtime employee, Gilberto Castro, who has been with us for almost 20 years now. So he's been invaluable to us and knows how to do everything on the ranch. So we couldn't do it without him.
And all 35 acres is Valencia oranges?
All of our acreage that we farm, that I own and that we farm, is in Valencias. Yes.
And one grapefruit tree.
Well, one grapefruit tree and a tangerine over there, but
And what do you see in the wave of farming in this valley? You said there was a change in 2000. Do
Mhm.
you foresee any significant changes in the future?
Well, I think probably we'll continue to see replacement of older orchards like we have, and less profitable crops like we tend to have, into the other crops that I mentioned, the avocados and lemons, and leasing for row crops. But um, I think, it was surprising to me that in the last crop report that came out, Valencia oranges had made number 10
It's
again.
number 10.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that was kind of a surprise. So that's a good thing. And that gives us kind of encouragement to keep going with our Valencias. And plus, we have transitioned to organic growing in the last few years. We became certified organic about this time last year.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
thank you. Yeah, and that was a 3-year process. You start and you actually have to discontinue all toxic pesticides or synthetic fertilizers and that kind of thing in order to become certified. And really, it was a pretty easy transition for us because the Bardsdale area here was under biological control for 80 years. We had our own insectary in town, and all the growers were members of the district. It was a cooperative kind of a thing, and we got regular monitoring for pests and releasing of beneficial insects and that kind of thing. And really, the growers out here did not use a lot of toxic pesticides anyway. So we were fortunate in that we were able to transition fairly easily. All we had to do really was go from the synthetic fertilizers to organically approved fertilizers.
Mhm.
So that was the main difference. And we already were cultivating for weeds rather than spraying herbicides and that kind
And
of
you use
thing.
beneficials.
Yeah, we have a good population of native beneficials, so we haven't really had to supplement that. But really, it's the fertilizers that are the key,
Mhm.
and that's really one of the main issues I think is that the organic fertilizers usually have less um, percentage of, say, nitrogen or something in them as compared to conventional fertilizers. So it's an additional expense. You have to use more of them,
Mhm.
but it's just a matter of monitoring the health of the trees and
Mhm.
planning ahead.
And what characteristics do Valencias have? Like what the skin, the taste. What some are some of the characteristics?
Well, Valencias normally have thinner skin
Mhm.
as opposed to, say, a navel orange. A navel orange is really considered the best eating orange because they got the nice, juicy, sweet interior there, and it's delicious to eat. But Valencias are also good to eat, but they have a thinner skin and they have seeds. And so they're more traditionally thought of as a juicing orange.
Mhm.
So, but in Florida, for example, most of their Valencia orange crop goes to juice. But we try to sell as much of our crop as we can as
And where
fresh
would
fruit.
we find your fruit? Where can we find your fruit?
Well, our fruit is marketed through our packing house, which is Corona College Heights in Riverside, and they actually take care of all the arranging for the picking and for the hauling it down to Riverside where they pack it, and then marketing the fruit for us. And they have a good organic program there. They have a man on staff who actually really is in control of the organic program and really gets us good markets where we can sell our fruit. So they do all of that for us. All we have to do is grow it.
And so we might be able to find it in the supermarkets.
Well, I don't know if you could find our particular fruit there,
Right.
but you might be. Yes, that's
Well, we
possible.
can hope that we
Yes.
do, right?
Yeah, that's right.
And is
Exactly.
there a way we can learn more about your ranch? Is there a website you can send us to?
I don't have a website, so probably just the a Sunkist website would be a good one to look at because they also do Valencia oranges and other growers, big growers like probably Paramount Citrus and those kind of places would
Mhm.
have their own websites. But we're too small potatoes for that.
Okay. Well, that's good. We still like the small
Yeah.
farmers, especially the female ones. So thank you so much,
You're
Margie. I
welcome.
learned a lot today,
Good.
and good luck with your Valencia oranges.
Yeah.
And
Thank you.
thank you.